And I want to welcome everybody to the Zoom today. This is something that is a really pivotal day in our career, certainly in my career with RoboForex. And you'll see why here in just a minute. Before we do that, I want to just get into the an important topic, which is always, frankly, kind of buzzkill, but it is what it is. We need to be very mindful of risk. We're in an environment that can create extraordinary rewards and, on occasion, extraordinary losses. That's why, you know, this pays a lot more than the bank as there is risk. And the bottom line is the bottom line right here, which is only risk that which you can afford to lose. We don't encourage you to lose it. We encourage you to grow it. But on occasion, things can happen that are out of your control. It is the Forex market. It is indices. It is precious metals that we're trading. They're volatile. And so you just want to come in with both eyes open, make sure that you're mindful of the risk. That is why you can achieve some of the returns that you'll see today. But there is that risk. So it's important not to forget that. I'd encourage you to take a screenshot of this slide if you haven't already done so, because it will make you aware and privy to that risk that you are engaging in if you choose to engage with us in RoboForex. I want to welcome everybody here today. My name is Robert Burns. For those that don't know me, I'm here in the Seattle, Washington area. And you might be asking, now, wait a minute, I thought that Americans couldn't participate, and you'd be right. We can't. But I am married to a woman, lovely woman named Anna, who is a dual citizen. She's a U.S. citizen and a Romanian citizen, hence my ability to play here. Same thing with my daughter, Alexandra, our daughter, Alexandra. My son is in Bozeman, Montana. And for fun, I'm into fly fishing and bass guitar. I am doing those bass guitar a lot more since I got back. Fly fishing shortly. It's a great time of year to do that here in North America and in and around the Northwest where I am. For professional resume, the things that really I gravitate to always are things that generate money. The product itself generates money. And that's true in Forex, that's true in real estate, that's true in crypto. For team building, I've used internet marketing and online marketing. We've called it a lot of different things over the years, but I've always gravitated toward team building and specifically internet marketing, using technology to expand my reach. This is a classic example of that, by the way. How did I get aboard? I had already decided I liked RoboForex, and I had done a bunch of homework on the broker and I liked them. And I thought, okay, I'm going to put them on my short list of places that I want to get a brokerage account, because I have the latitude to do that vis-a-vis my wife. She can qualify or verify and KYC with virtually anyone. She's in that. They seem to be very receptive to the EU, and Romania is in the EU. So one day, this good-looking Irishman pops up on my feed in Facebook, and I thought, what's this? Well, RoboForex. Wait. That's that broker I like. What's this fella up to? And then it became clear that RoboForex was doing something called copy trading. Copy trading. What's copy trading? Well, we'll get into that in some detail, but basically it's passive. You sit and do nothing once you're hooked up. I mean, you can do something, as you'll see in a minute, but you don't have to. You can do copy trading and enjoy a very nice income if you've selected a good trader to receive their trades. So I saw that, and I had this pretty good size list, you know, that I've built over the years, and I thought, man, this is perfect. Solid broker with something that is very attractive to virtually everybody, which is copy trading. And the rest is history. That was my entree in February. Robert Russell started a few months before I did. So that's the deal. Now, what we'll be going over today is we'll be going into copy trading specifically. And again, what is that? That is the ability to hire a broker. Basically, they get paid when they make you money. You don't have to pay them until they've made you a profit. Each week, I found out about 5 a.m.-ish. Seattle time today. I was tracking some things as I was just getting going, and in popped the 30% fee that the traders earn in many cases. I thought, okay, good deal. They made me some money. That means I'm happy to pay them that 30%. And that's how it works. You don't have to do any more than that once you're hooked up. You monitor your account. It's as passive as I said. It's really very, very attractive. The other thing we'll go into today is the solidity of the broker, why that's important. This is a 12-year-old broker. Actually, it's a bit older than that, but 12 years old is all over their banners. So I don't want to be inconsistent with that. They're actually like 13 or 14, but let's just say 12. And you see that, especially when you compare this with other brokers out there that have similar systems. The systems often are under, surgery and doing things. If they're a year or two old, they don't have the breadth of experience that a broker that's over a decade old does. Also, you'll see how withdrawals work, a very important item, obviously. How do you get your money out? Getting your money in, oftentimes it's like Las Vegas with brokers. They make the on-ramp nice and big and the exit is tiny. Well, here, the on-ramp and off-ramp are the same size. You can get your money out readily. We'll also get into compounding and how that works. Part 2, completely optional. You may not want to be an affiliate, may not be your cup of tea, but you may decide that, hey, this is pretty good. And a lot of people, I think, would like this same thing. Then we're going to get into a drawing where we give away, and this is very generous on Robert Russell's part. Every Saturday, we give away $100. And then we'll bring the recording, the stream in for a close, and then we'll get into a Q&A and help people enroll that are here as guests. So with that, this is a fun kickoff, a little bit different today. Here are some of the recent winners, and not all of them certainly are listed here, but if you have somebody that's a guest, invite them right now, man. Get a link out to your guests right now. Perfect timing to do that. Why? Because we haven't done the drawing yet. They could win $100 today. Another good-looking Irishman right over here, Don Murray, one of my guys. I invited him to a webinar, and he showed up that day. And he came aboard, and he had registered an account, but he hadn't funded it yet. So he qualified to be in the drawing that day. And by golly, Don, are you here? You are here. Okay, I want to have you unmute if you would, and come on cam if you can.
Yeah, is the camera on? No,
it's there. He is. Welcome, Mr. Murray.
How are you?
So, Don, you started out using a copy trader, but Don, I know he's got some background in trading. And I thought, okay. Then Don sends me this link. Don is very very soft spoken. He's about 180 from me, loud and boisterous. Don's the other side of the spectrum. But he sends me his link for my FX book, and I'm like, what? Wait a minute. Who is this? And he says, well, this is my trading. Don, am I safe in saying that you just decided you could do it better than the copy trader you were using?
Well, I wouldn't say I could do it better, Robert, but I certainly could. I'm happier to do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say I'm any better than anyone else, but as you said, I do have a few years background dabbling about it, and I just decided that why not do it myself?
He's a diplomat. Thank you, Don. The idea that somebody trades better than the numbers speak for themselves, and I'll leave it at that. But Don won $100. Now, what is this? Why does this say 10,000 right here? This is what's called a pro cent account. $100 is 10,000 pennies. What? 10,000 pennies, $100. Those are equivalent. The beauty of this type of an account is that you can trade it like a $10,000 account. You can muscle in trades. You can do all kinds of things that you can do in a $10,000 account that you couldn't do in a regular $100 account. So it gives somebody that has $100 or a small amount of dollars a way of trading that is very effective. And clearly Don got the memo on that. Guys, look at this. He's earning 1.51% daily. Get out of town, 57% monthly. He did have a pretty substantial drawdown. He's working on that number.
I am working on that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But look at these numbers down here, guys. 14.99% this week, 41% this month, 101% this year. Congratulations, Don Murray. What a great example. And the idea that somebody can take the bull by the horns, and he decided, for whatever his motivation was, not to trade with the copy trader. And if you have the skill, you can, and what I see here is a copy trader in the making. Because if he can generate these kinds of numbers and then keep that drawdown at a lower number, he would have people very interested in following him potentially. So good on you, Don.
Cheers, Robert. Thanks very much, and thanks to Mr. Russell there also for the $100 that he kindly donated.
Yeah, it's very generous of Robert Russell. And so there's just this whole, I just love this story, and it's a great story about what's possible. Also, who do you know that's like Don that has some trading background? They could do this same kind of thing possibly. Could Don very realistically, he's getting good results as evidenced down here. He's got one parameter. He's aware of it, and we've talked about it. He's working on that. But could he improve that number over time and still get these kinds of results? I think he can, and I think he will. So that's a very exciting thing. Here's a guy that is out making a buck as we speak. I think took the time off of his vocation to do this. So Don, I'm appreciative of you doing that. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Robert.
So into RoboForex. RoboForex, the thing that really jumped to me was this kind of data. 4.5 million clients, 169 countries. This number, by the way, I'm told is a bit low, but even at 4.5 million clients, that's a lot of people that are engaged in RoboForex. And RoboForex has a regulatory, the regulatory body that oversees RoboForex is in the country of Belize called the FSC. RoboForex is a participant as a voluntary participant in the Financial Commission, which is an organization of brokers that are like-minded. They get together and say, we need to have an independent arbitration organization in this coalition that we have. And we would like to, if there's a trader dispute among one of the member firms, the other firms will act as arbitrators. And if the client prevails on a dispute, they could be awarded up to 20,000 euros. This to me just shouts good faith, that the company is very keen on providing transparency and doing things properly. And we see that all over the place with this broker. What does the broker have as far as the instruments that you can trade? Well, of course, Forex, RoboForex being the name of the company. Cryptocurrencies is another one. Stocks, another one. Indices, which is like the Dow Jones Industrial Average, better known as the US 30 or US 30 cash. The UK 100, the NASDAQ 100, which are the top 100 US companies, the DAX, which is the top German 40 companies. These are very popular among many of the traders in our organization and just in general. Additionally, there are exchange traded funds. There are soft commodities, things like coffee, cocoa, sugar, wheat. That's probably had some hellacious volatility lately. Energies, things like natural gas, oil, heating oil, ethanol, et cetera. And then metals, a very favorite area. We'll be talking more about how we're going to be incorporating gold as a trading strategy among one of our new trading cadre, which we're really excited about. So RoboForex is very well thought of. I won't, you can go on the site and see all of the same stuff and get a sense of the different awards they're winning, but they're very well thought of in the trading community. Now, information on traders. This is kind of the drum roll moment, but our traders, when we choose traders, this is a short list of the things we look at, but it's a longer list ultimately. Do they have a tight stop loss? Do they keep the drawdowns low? Drawdown, by the way, I hate it when people use terminology I don't understand when I'm on a presentation. Drawdown means unrealized or floating loss. It hasn't been realized yet, meaning it hasn't been closed, but it goes directly to risk. If you have a high drawdown and it really then turns against you even more, you have the potential of having a really catastrophic loss, which is why you want to keep drawdowns as low as you can. But there is a relationship between a certain amount of drawdown and profit. In other words, you do need to have some drawdown in order to make money. Past performance, you always hear that past performance is not an indication of future results, but it's a pretty good glimpse. You can get an idea how they're doing, especially if they did it yesterday or this week. Are they probably going to achieve something similar next week? Probably not any guarantee of that, mind you. What is their win ratio? This actually can be a deceiving thing. Somebody says, I made 99% win. The guy who, might be winning 50% of the time could earn you more money based on how they manage the account and especially how they mitigate losses. So don't always be drawn in with win ratio. It's not the whole picture. Does the trader have a Telegram channel and a means of being able to communicate with the trader directly? If something is, not to your liking or something where you want to find out what's going on, can you get in touch with the trader and ask questions? That's very important. I wouldn't hire a trader that didn't have this, for instance, personally. This is just my own criterion. Total trades, total investors. This is a good sign. How many people subscribe to them? That's generally an indication of exactly, how strong they are. Here's an example of a thing that we have. You saw this with Don's account. In fact, I probably just could have used that one. This is a tool called MyFXBook. And MyFXBook is a way, think of it like a trading report card. You see the daily return, the monthly return, the amount of drawdown here. Now, this particular trader at this time, can't even remember who this is, but that's not the point of this slide. The point is to show you what are the metrics that people pay attention to. You saw with Don's account up here, these are really good numbers. He's got a little bit of homework to do on that number and get that down, but he's well aware of that. And you can see that number reflected in this yellow line here. He's had some, ouch, he was getting nervous right there, and look at what he did. He brought it right back up again. Good on you. But this is a way of looking at a trader and very quickly ascertaining how are they doing. Okay. And this will give you a means of doing that. Now, the drum roll moment. We have, I am delighted to report, a new trading brand, which will have many, many different traders. Robert, we need to get the dramatic, like Rocky running up the steps audio on this section, but I didn't have a chance to do that. But here is the new trader. Introducing Zorro. The masked man is the new trader. Why is it the masked man? Because we had occasion in the past, we had a trader named David, a German fellow that was doing great, and we were killing it because it was so easy to sign people up. He had great results. Then one day he had an 11.5% loss. It happens. Was it the liquidity provider? Was it David? Well, nobody will ever know ultimately. But there were some people that took their proportions. Instead of leaving it alone and did 1-to-1 with David, they did 5-to-1 because he was winning that much. They thought, man, if 1 is good, 3 is better, and 5 is super duper, I'm going to choose 5. Well, 11.5% turns into a 55 to 60% loss. One trade. Ouch. Well, they proceeded then to threaten David and threaten his family. And because he was very visible, they went after him and, said, we're going to come and kill your family and kill you too. We know where you live. And, he's a young guy, so he's doing a little chest pounding. There's ego involved in being a trader. And he was showing the kind of wealth he had created, and it was substantial. The nice watches, the beautiful apartment in Dubai, the Lamborghini. Oh, and by the way, he owns a restaurant. I mean, this guy's a young guy. It's a hell of a story about trading success. But David was then in the crosshairs of some people that were jackasses that didn't take responsibility for their own choices. The big takeaway from that, and the big thing that we absolutely are militant about, is keeping the persona, keeping the identity of the traders protected, keeping them anonymous. There's a reason we're doing that, and it's for very good reason. We don't want to have that same type of a situation happen. We have a trader group. The first one that I'm going to show you here right now is a group ultimately that will have 2 different trading methodologies. One will be involving Forex instruments. That's the first one that we're kicking off with. The second part of their offering will be on gold. And they in both cases, they have a hell of a story to tell, and they're trading. They're institutional traders. They've done this for a long while, more than a decade. I know who they are. I have been sworn to secrecy. You won't be able to pry it out of me. Just know that in advance. And that's for very good reason. We won't disclose their information. Now, with no further ado, here is the trading result from 3.5 days this week. This is an ECN account. This was started with $1,000, and this trader earned 9.03% this week. Again, keeping in mind, it's not even a full week. This was half a day of trading and then additional 3 days. So 2.18% is the daily return. And if you take the 30% out of that, you're just slightly north of 1.5% net with this trader. These are remarkably powerful numbers. Okay. Anybody that's been around RoboForex, you see something here that has just super potential. This actually in numbers is comparable or better than David. And this trader is just getting started. They're very capable. You'll see numbers somewhere between 1 to 4% is the target every day. Okay. And with good management of the drawdown, notice the drawdown here, 5.57. Will it go up a bit? Probably, over time, but they're very mindful of keeping this low and keeping exposure. In other words, risk mitigation. That's what, the institutional clients are absolutely, they hate drawdown. They won't tolerate it. So the discipline that these traders have to achieve that result is built in because they have clients that are like, you do that and I'm out. So, we're so excited about this though, guys. I mean, this is somebody this is on an ECN account, which means we're suggesting that somebody come aboard with 750 or up if you're trading in real dollars. Versus if you're trading in pennies, you can get what's called a ProCent account with RoboForex. This account was started with 10,000 10 cents over $100. It's $100. That's 10,000 pennies. And notice that the return is a little bit less. It's 7.98. Over here, it was a little bit over 9. So it's about a 1% haircut between ProCent and ECN. Why? Because you've got an account type that has a higher spread and higher costs. So you do pay a little bit of a price, but still a very respectable return at 7.98%. And the drawdown, notice, is a little bit bigger, 7.17. Over here, it was 5.57. Again, spread impacts this. So the beauty, though, is somebody can start with $100. If you're an affiliate, I know when I saw this, I was licking my chops. This is real cool for affiliates because you can have somebody test the water with $100. They're still making good money. And if they say, I like this, they can always put more money in, open up an ECN account, subscribe with that ECN account, and they'll get yet better results because the spread is better. So very, very excited about this. Now, please honor your sponsor. Somebody got you here. Whoever they are, go back to them to get the trader link for this trader. If you're on Robert Russell's team and you're his directs, he makes no secret of who this trader is. Same thing with me. If you're underneath somebody that is a direct of either Robert's or mine or Tony's, get together with the person that invited you here and find out, hey, I just saw this Zorro. I want to get the link. And the one you're looking for, by the way, is Zorro 50. Okay. But reach to your upline. Don't go sign up with the trader directly because that's going around your sponsor. Honor your sponsor. They did the work to get you here. Be sure to get their link so that they make half of that 30% trader's fee. That's only fair to them. And it's very important to mention that because sometimes people won't be mindful of that and they'll go around the person that brought them to the dance. Now, one of the other things to look for in traders is you look at this curve and you go, wow, cool. That looks great. Super. Is it? Is it great? I submit it's not. And what's missing? We had a trader that just clobbered us because I knew better, but I didn't pay attention to this little data. And this little data is this. I want to see these little, I call them shark bites, a little bit, nibble. I don't want to see a great white, with a huge, big white gash out of here. I want to see little shark bites. Why is that? These are losses. You want a trader to take losses. Losses, these are good losses. They're not giant, but they're losses. What this is protecting your account. This is the trader who is doing a great job not allowing a loss to get out of hand. This is mitigation of risk. This is the kind of thing that you'd see with a good institutional trader. They wouldn't allow these losses, but still up and to the right, but there's little nibbles out of there. look for this in the graphs. If you see this, run fast the other way. Okay, that's not desirable. You want to see some losses. They're, we call them good losses. And I don't care who the trader is, the absolute best traders on the planet, they have losses. They all do. There's some really good books on this topic, one of which is one by a fellow named Tom Hugard called The Best Loser Wins. And he gets into this topic readily and talks about why it's important to do that. It's on Amazon. You can get the Audible. I like this guy. He's does a lot of things he's a good man. So I like to pitch his book whenever I can. Best Loser Wins. This is the book right here. And this is a good book just about trading psychology and the very topic that we're on, which is look for losses. You want losses. You don't want to have some trader that never gets losses, because that may mean that they're going to allow a loser to run, to the moon and blow up your account. Good traders won't allow that. Okay, onward ho. These are some mechanisms that we have for deposits and withdrawals. Visa and MasterCard are in most countries. AstroPay and I don't know even what that is. ADV Cash, Skrill, NetTeller. Depending on the country you're in, you may have some of these. You may or may not have crypto. Okay, it varies from country to country. This is an example of our account with my wife. My wife is the account holder. And notice this is an EU account in Romania. We've got all kinds of stuff. Perfect Money, Revolut, N26, bank transfer, Buku, crypto, Visa, MasterCard, even Apple Pay. I mean, you've got just about every way imaginable to pay. One of the things you want to be mindful of is, personal favorite is this one, is USDT TRC20. It's fast, it's inexpensive, it's reliable. Make sure, however, whatever method you choose is also the method that you can withdraw with. Notice that the withdrawal methods are a little bit less than the deposit methods. This is sort of the Las Vegas thing. Again, you can get the money in, but USDT TRC20 is on the withdrawal list. And you can also, of course, do bank transfer, which is quite quick. By the way, if you use Wise, they're really fast. Big proponent of Wise. Here are examples that Robert Russell did on his account, and you see he's got USDT TRC20 as one example. Here's bank transfers, bank wires. Here's Visa, Master. He basically he did the whole thing just to provide evidence that you've got a lot of ways to get your money out of RoboForex. And you'll see some of these took a while, a day. Some of these took 13 minutes. Holy smokes. So it varies from day to day. And I guess based on what their load is, 2 hours, 4 hours, 1 day, 11 hours, 22 hours, 13 minutes, 5 hours. You get the idea. It's all over the map. We don't need that one. I'm going to skip that one. Now, this is part of the presentation that is personally one of my favorites. People will come sometimes and they say, well, this sounds great, and I'm interested in this idea of compounding, but really don't have a reference point as to what compounding is. And I'm going to show you just a quick example of how compounding can work and how it can work. If we used that trader that I just showed you, and let's just say for the sake of discussion that this trader continues to generate these kinds of results. You can't use 2.18% because that's not what you're netting. You got to pay the trader. You got to pay them their 30%. Well, what is 2.18? Enter, and you pay them 30%. That's 65 cents. You're netting $1.50 or 1.5%. Okay, that's your net. I would use 1.5% readily with this trader. Will they get less than that some days? You bet they will. Will they get more than that some days? You bet they will. It's just a reference point. So you have to have a starting place with the compounding. So if we went to the compounding calculator, and I will send you this link right now in chat here on the Zoom. The parameters you need to know are what is your initial trading capital? And I'm going to post this right now in chat. Be sure to click the link that's in chat before you leave, because then you'll have it available to you after the Zoom. Okay, it'll fire up a web browser session, a tab in your web browser, and you'll have the same calculator And if you track along here, you'll see it's pretty easy to use this calculator, and hopefully right out of the gate, you'll be able to do that. Now, let's just say you took the same amount of money that the trader in the case of Zorro 50 is trading with, and you put $1,000 in, and you put let's say you wanted to be conservative and just go 1.2% per day. Okay, net now, because he's getting 2.18. So we're building in some room. In other words, it's a bit more conservative with 1.2. Now, what do you think? Should I include all days of the week? Yes or no? Anybody? No, says Peter. I can see the head shaking that way. And same thing with Clem. The answer is no. The Forex market trades 5
days a week.
Yep. Very good. Now, if you're trading Forex, you can get away with all days a week, but here on these instruments, it's 5 days a week. Okay. Now, what do you think this $1,000 is going to turn into in a year with a 1.2% ROI each trading day net? What do you think?
About 140,000.
140.
Hmm.
Wow. That sounds exciting.
1 year. 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Anybody else? Type your number in chat if you're so inclined. Just you can put in the number. Don't want to drag this out here, but anybody else has a number before we hit the enter button? Pop it in chat and we'll see where you are. We have one vote for 140. We have 30K from Robert Russell, 52K from Janet, 19K from Tony. And Clem is the heavyweight champion at 140K. I think it's going to be lower than all of that, you guys.
Yeah, I just
$1,000 now. Come on,
cooked that a bit.
Come on. It is $22,496.44. So the one that was closest was Mr. Tony Lack. You know, try getting a 2,100% return at your bank. Good luck on that, right? The bank might be getting the 2,100% return once they leverage up the money that you're lending, and then they make a great return on that increased amount called notional. And there's all kinds of things going on at the bank. There's a reason that they have the big buildings. So here's how this works. Here in July, we've got about a week left-ish. So you don't have big earnings this month. You only have 74. If you got 1.5% every trading day for the remainder of the month, starting next week, you'd have a 1,074 balance. In August, you'd make 339, which is the full month. Add that to your trading balance. You end August with 1,430. So you're seeing compounding manifest each month, and in fact, it's happening each day. So here you have 402 for September. You have a total balance now starting in October of 1,815. You get the idea, and it just increases down from there. Now, what do you think 0.3% would do if I actually put the actual number that he earned this week? Remember, we started at 1.2. Where do you think it would go from 22? The only parameter I'm going to change is I'm going to go from 1.2 to 1.5, which is the actual net this week. Will it be the same every week? It will not, but he did this week. Where do you think it's going to go? 22 to 28, says Tony Lack. He must be using the same calculator here. 44K, says Janet. All right. I will dispense with the drama. Look at that. You more than doubled, guys. Remember, we were at 22. Wait a minute. That's 0.3%, Robert. You're right. How powerful is compounding when you just went from 1.2? Let me refresh. 1.2. Oops. Geez, type, Robert. 22K, 22.5, let's call it. We'll round up a little bit. 0.3% to 1.5. But it's the consistency that's the crucial thing. It's the crucial thing. You went from 22 to 48. You see the power of that daily rate is such an important item. Now, all of a sudden, you end the year with 48K in your account. Another number I want you to be mindful of is right here. Look over here, and you see here's $1,500 at the end of August and $2,100 at the end of September. So at the end of September, what I suggest and I submit is take your $1,000 out. Get your money back, get your initial seed capital back, your initial investment back. Then you're trading on the house's money. You got it? In other words, you're trading on your profits. This is a powerful method of risk reduction. All of a sudden, you've gotten your money back, happy days. You go out and figure out something to invest in or a different trader to invest in. Super. Let's say that you did that. And let's say then that you ran the same number. In this case, you ran it for a year. Let's say that you started October 1 with $1,000 again. Okay. Let's just do that. Let's go to October. You took your money out, got your money back. That's the key thing I want you to grab onto here. You got $1,000 left. You do this very same thing. And you say, hey, I'll let that bad boy run for a year. At the end of the year, at the end of October 24, I've got 49K. Got it? Everybody tracking? Thumbs up if you're tracking. Yes, no, I don't see many thumbs. Where'd I lose you guys? 49K at the end of October that we're playing on the profits. You've already gotten the return of your initial investment. That's the key point of, what I just showed you a moment ago, which is take your money back out. Now, let's say in October, the 49K, October of 24, I'm going to pretend this is October of 24. I'm going to put in 49K here, 48K. I think it was, it doesn't matter. Let's put in 48. And let's say the rate is the same. This guy is working like a machine. And let's say at that point you say, okay, I want to take out 50% myself. I've left this thing to grow and to compound. Now I want to start harvesting. Okay. 50% of the overall return, you're going to make a total of $583,000, of which your investment is $339. You've taken out $291 and put that in your pocket. Notice there's a new column here. Here's your total earnings month by month. Here's 50% reinvested that goes into this number, the balance, and this is the number that goes right in your wallet each month. And you start to see here's 10,000 in November of 23. This will be a year later, but 10,000 here. Remember, you grew this from $1,000. Don't let that disappear in the brain. In other words, this started its life with $1,000. You got to $2,000. You took your 1,000 back out. 2-ish months, 2.5, 3 months later, take your $1,000 out and then start doing the compounding like crazy, 100% compounding for a while. You can do whatever you want here. It's your money. I'm just showing you some ideas, but it's just math. At the end of this period, you have $339,000. You're putting in close to 50 grand in your jeans every month. Holy smokes, really? Really? Like, holy shit. Pardon my French. I mean, this is powerful, right? You want to get really crazy? Watch this. Take 2 years and let it go 2 years. You now have earned a total of 4.6 million, of which 2.39 is your 2,390,000 is your investment value, and you've put 2,342,000 in your wallet. That started with $1,000. You got to be insane, Robert Burns. That cannot be true, right? I mean, I know my brain goes there. That's just ridiculous. It's math. The key thing is that the consistency of that 1.5% is crucial to having this manifest. And look at what happens here. I mean, there's a point at which your account, you're pocketing an amount that is just, at least for many, is hard to fathom. 100 grand, 200 grand, 350 grand a month in your pocket. And your account is still growing like a weed. It's just going to get better and better and better. This exemplifies the power of compounding. I mean, and if you want to see something really crazy, and I'll end on this note, but watch this. You say, hey, there's a point where I don't need 50% anymore. Let's just grow the account like crazy. I'll take out 30% and I'll reinvest 70. Okay. Boom. Look at your account size. I mean, it's just insane. And you're still pocketing 4.8 million over 2 years. You got to be kidding. This is why people love this model, because we compound, guys, every day. That profit comes in, it adds to your balance. Tomorrow, the trader's trading with a higher balance in your account, assuming it's a positive day. You get the idea. I mean, this is just, it's mind-boggling when you start to see the kind of money that can be generated in this model, and the amount of money that you're growing your account by and the amount of money that you are taking out. And if you, whatever your risk tolerance is, if you can get the money back quickly that you put in, you've reduced your risk 100% other than the time investment. Not a bad deal. And you've got a trader that can accomplish this. The gold trader that will be coming out with this same group of traders, that trader has an aggressive growth strategy where you can double your account inside of 30 days. No joke. Now, be careful. You double your account, pull your money back out. Don't let it sit there. Pull your money back out and reduce your risk. Yeah, that's me advising you to not be foolhardy and leave the money in, and then the trading strategy blows up the account. It could, because it's aggressive. But if you get your money back out, you've completely removed risk. Seek professional financial advice. Mine is not that. I'm not a professional financial advisor, but I can use common sense. Common sense to me says if I've got my money in account and I can get it back quickly and then be trading on the profits, I like that. That's what I submit as a good plan. So if you like that trading calculator I put in chat, be sure to click that link before you take off, and you'll have access to that strategy whenever you wish to use it. Okay, moving right along. So you saw compounding. What I have gone over thus far is copy trading, the solidity of the broker, withdrawals, and how compounding works. Now the BAM FAM segment, book a meeting from a meeting. Monday, none other than Robert Russell at 8 p.m. UK time goes into back office training. He's going to show you some stuff where you can maximize your income even further on copy trading. He's going to teach you how to do some of the basics that Don Murray did. How cool is that? And he's got another class that he's got. Now, Robert, do you teach that? I don't want to step on your toes here. Do you teach how to use MT4 in this class here, the master class?
No. Monday is just all about Robo4X, how to maximize it. So Wednesday's call is all about the other one.
Okay, very good. That's why I wanted to clarify. So guys, you've just registered, you've just verified, plug in with Robert and Tony in this class, and you'll get a real good understanding of how the pistons go up and down in Robo4X. On Wednesday is the trading training. This is where Robert will show you get MT4 on your phone, get MT4 on your computer. How do you enter a trade? Maybe crazy notion, trade comes in from the trader and you enter the same trade at the same time on your MT4. Not a bad deal. Do you have to pay the 30% on that one? Nope. Robert will show you how to do that. And if you haven't ever used MT4 before, you'll have a whole wealth of learning just on getting that tool under your fingers. It's a step in the process of learning how to do what Don Murray did. Okay, but Don is invested in his own, in his education, and he's further down that path is all. And then on Saturday, we do this same time, same channel each week. Part one is the opportunity presentation, the business overview. Part two is the enrollment. This is a fine time actually to ask you, if you're a guest here today, reach out to the person that invited you here and get their link. Get their link. Also, take a screenshot of this slide, because you see this website down at the bottom. I'm going to type this in chat for everybody's benefit. This is a team website where you can go and you can put a prospect in front of that. Step one is a video where they'll see a presentation similar to this one. Step two is they get plugged into our groups. Step three, it says, go get the link of your sponsor. That's what I'm asking you to do here if you're a guest. That's the same thing on the website. Step four is, how do I become a client? All of the information is there. In other words, they can't sign up with anybody on the website. It just walks them through the process. It's a great exposure for a guest. It's also gets them plugged into communication and gives them the instructions with which to get their business started as a client and or as an affiliate. That's all under step 4. Step 5 is rinse and repeat and do step 1 through 4 over and over and over again. And then at the very bottom is a Dropbox folder with all of our goodies in it, including this presentation. So you can get it directly, both in Keynote format and in PowerPoint. At the top is a calendar of events. And I've got to remind me, Robert, I've got to add that, add the trader training on Wednesdays. I'm making a note to myself right now to do that on the calendar, because that's a very, and guys, he's teaching you some stuff that you pay a lot of money to go get. I hope you understand that. It's a real value that Robert Russell is providing to his team. So I'm very appreciative of that. And he's a very good trainer. He'll get you up to speed on that stuff. Okay, the affiliate and partner program, and then we'll bring this thing in for a landing and get into the drawing. The affiliate plan is very straightforward. It's simple. It works. You can withdraw money. You can take your money and add it to your compounding and further accelerate what you just saw in that compounding. It's your money. You can do with it as you wish. You need to go buy something, do the withdrawal, and you can do that. There's 4 ways that we earn here. One is the trader return based on you hiring a copy trading, a copy trader. You're receiving their trades in your account automatically, very passive. You decide you want to be in the affiliate part. You receive a percentage of that, the people that you enroll, their profits from the trader. I'll show you how this works in just a second. The brokerage, Robo4X charges fees. You can participate in those as well. As you build a team, you'll get a piece of the fees that the broker charges to the clientele that you're involving. And then you get a monthly bonus if you're doing that, which is pretty cool. So here's how the money works as far as the trader split. And I'm just showing you examples here. This isn't suggesting you're going to make 23%. Maybe you have 5,000, maybe you have 50,000, maybe you have 500. The numbers will be the same as far as the percentages. Let's say you have a $5,000 account. And let's say that you were fortunate enough to earn 23% on that account. That would be like a month typically. So you have an 1,150 gross profit. Multiply that times 0.7, meaning the trader charges 30%. 0.7 is the amount you walk away with. You have an $805 net profit from the 1,150. Happy days. That's a good return in a month on $5,000. Let's say that you go out to your friends after a while and they say, hey, I like what you're doing over there. I want to get involved. And you have 5 of your friends do the same thing. So you've got 25,000, multiply that times 23%. You've got a gross profit of 5,750. Trader charges 30%. There's 1,725. But the trader, since you referred all of your friends, the trader splits this number with you 50-50, the 1,725. Each of you gets $862. Not a bad deal. This is just on the trader split. Okay, then as you're starting to build an organization, they're paying the fees on the trading, and you get 35% of the company's revenue on your first tier, then 20 on second tier, 15 on third tier, 12.5 and 10 on the fourth and fifth tiers. This can add up in a big way. When I mention this always because it's true, I kind of was dismissive of this when I came aboard. Boy, did I change my tune on that. There's real money here. Like, no kidding. Robert Russell. Robert, I'm going to ambush you here. What are you earning on average per week on just this part of the plan?
So at the minute, it's between $500 and $700 a week.
Okay. And you've had occasional spikes, I know, like a day of over $1,000.
Yeah. One day there was $1,100 from the 5-tier program.
Mm-hmm. So I know because I discussed it. I went to Ireland and met this good-looking Irishman, and he rode us all around Donegal, which was just a hoot. We had a great time, and both of us decided that we wanted to have this part of the plan earn us $1,000 a day every day. That's our goal, and it's a goal that's achievable if you're willing to get to work and really get the butts in the seats. Because that's getting guests here. That's where it starts to really manifest. Then once a month, if you've earned between 100 and 500, you get a 10% bonus. $50 would be max on this one. If you earn between 500 and 30,000, you get a 15% bonus, meaning you earn $4,500. up to $4,500. And then at 30,000 and up, you earn 20%. You are star status as an affiliate. You're really this is just a bonus that's once a month on the first of the month. Not a bad deal. So it's simple. It works. You can withdraw your money. You can add that money to compounding if you wish. Your money, you can do with it as you wish. But if you like that compounding model, this is like nitrous oxide into your trading account. It's very, very powerful to add this in, or a portion of it in. So now we get into some fun stuff. We're going to do the drawing. If you are a guest here today, you can enter the drawing. What's a guest? That's somebody who has not registered, has never seen anything here, but you hung in and you're still here. Terrific. If you have registered, but you have not funded, you can enter the drawing. You also must agree to allow us to take a picture, get a picture of you, and also use your name in order to receive the $100. That is a condition that is one that we're firm on. And the money will be delivered once your account is verified. So with that, what I want to do is get my, in this case, Vanna White will be none other than Robert Russell. my good-looking sidekick. So who do we have as guest today, Robert?
Okay, so we'll start with Vincent.
Vincent.
Yes.
We need the Jeopardy music for this.
Yeah,
I've got to quit threatening to do that. I've got to get it. Ding, 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 ding. Jeopardy music. Okay. Who else we got?
We have Wayne.
Wayne?
Yeah.
Okay. Wayne?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have Boyd Ryan.
Boyd?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have Josie.
Josie? Okay.
Folks, is there anybody else new on the call? Because now is the time to type your name in the chat, because this is all the names that I can see at the minute. So if you're new on the call, type your name in the chat.
Don't be shy, guys. $100 waits for you. Don Murray was the winner recently, and he doubled his account when he got that $100. Good on you, Don. I won't ever stop on that story. That's a great story. And he didn't rely on anybody else. He even did it himself. Even better.
Yeah.
Now, here's another thing, guys. Can you give away free money? What do you think? Is that hard to do? Use this to get guests here. It's real. You know, we have a drawing every week. Robert Russell is very generous in doing this, and I'm appreciative of that, as I'm sure anybody that's an affiliate is. Use it. Get guests here. I mean, 4 guests, come on, right? We ought to have 50 guests on here, and we'll start upping the amount of these, you know, as that goes on. See how I can give away Robert's money with the best of them. $100 free just for showing up and watching the presentation. If you win, you win, you know, good on you. You know, our intention is to help fund a trading account, but it's your money. You can do with it as you wish. But if you're an affiliate, man, take advantage of this idea. In other words, we have a drawing every Saturday. Maybe we will have a drawing every day at some point. Okay.
Yeah.
Last call for guests. Do we have anybody else that is registered and unfunded or not registered yet, seeing this for the first time? Act now or forever wish you had. All right. TikTok. Here we go. Let's get ready to rumble. Boom. Okay, who's it going to be? It's looking like Boyd. Boyd.
Yeah, congratulations.
Where are you, Boyd? Where is Boyd? I think we have to have another condition, Robert, which is the winner's got to be here.
Yeah. It's Boyd there, folks, because as it says, we need the answer within a minute or we will redial that wheel. So Boyd, can you come on if you can in the next minute?
I'm going to update this in the presentation while we're waiting for Boyd to make an appearance if he does.
Going in the room, guys. He is in the room.
He is.
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah, he's there, but he can't come on for some reason. I've
What
unmuted
name
Boyd.
is Boyd underneath? Oh, Boyd Ryan. There we go. Never mind.
Yeah.
Bad. Why is he not showing up in the list of participants? That's curious.
No, he's here. I can see him.
No, I can see him in the list, but why is he not on this right here? That's odd.
Yeah. Boyd, can you speak? You're unmuted if you can speak. You don't need a webcam. So we need to find out who his upline is sponsor to make this be able to work.
Boyd, who invited you here? Can you type that in chat, please?
Oh, now I know. That's okay. Now I know where come with us. That's okay. I can get on top of this. I know it. Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect.
Very good.
Yeah, that's great.
This, by the way, guys, is not available to anybody outside of our team. So Robert's nice. He's not that nice. It's $100 for people that are for people on our team to offer as a drawing. But that guys concludes the presentation today. We'll get into Q&A now, but I'm going to bring the stream in for a